Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Kind of shaking up right now. It's going to be kind of a serious topic. I'm still at school. I don't even know what to really say right now. I don't know. I'm a little shaky right now. Just had an emergency in my classroom. Hold on. Where can I set this up at? I guess this is cool right here. I just want to do this video right now, just while I'm in the moment. It's after the emergency's already been taken care of. But this is quite scary to be to have this experience as a teacher. Especially being a health teacher. You think about, did you do things right? Did you handle things right away? But I just want to go ahead and start by saying the student is okay. I guess I might as well just go ahead and say I had a student pass out in my class. They passed out. For a second I thought they were dead, and that was really scary. All right, so just to set the mood, just to set the scene, it was fourth period. The students came in. The girl walked into class. Everything was normal. Good morning, hey, good morning. She spoke and everything. Then I did my thing. Everything was normal up until it was time to go. So, well, let me back up. All right, so I came in class. Then I started teaching. Today we were talking about alcohol and the effects of alcohol, and the whole process of getting drunk and blood alcohol concentration levels and all that. So, I'm up in front teaching. I'm teaching. Everything's normal. The girl is alert. She's good. And then I noticed, at one point, basically towards the end of my lecture, if that's what you want to call it, it was basically, I was just talking about alcohol. Basically, while I was at the end of it, she just lays her head down. And she goes to sleep normally, like putting her head down, resting. That's normal for her. So it's nothing out of the ordinary at this point. So I pass out a worksheet to do. I'm passing around the worksheet. Give her the worksheet. At this point, she's still alert. Her head is down, but she's still alert. Everything's normal. This is normal behavior. So, I give them time to do the worksheet. I notice, people start to finish their worksheet. I'm going around the class, checking, make sure people are doing their work, make sure they're on task. And I'm noticing, her head's still down, and I think her eyes were closed. I think she was asleep at this point. So I nudged her, yo, wake up, do your work, finish your work, make sure you do your work. Usually she, even though she puts her head down, she usually always turns in her work. So, I noticed that she hasn't worked on it at all. So, I'm nudging her, wake her up, making her, just nudging her. And she wakes up, and she's up. She says, my back hurts. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe maybe her back is hurting. So, I'm just going to let her, lay down a little bit. So, she continues in the same position and all that, says, okay, I'm going to do it. And she just lays her head down. About 5 minutes, 10 minutes left goes by. The bell rings and it's time to go. So, everybody gets up, everybody leaves. And actually there was somebody else that was asleep also. I don't know, I guess my lecture just put them to sleep. So, I wake up the other boy and he's drooling. I'm like, ew, I make hope, ew, he's drooling. I'm like, bro, come on, like, do your work. It was nasty, so. But yeah, it was time to go. Everybody gets up, everybody leaves, and, I had to nudge this other boy who was still asleep. But he had already turned in his work. So I'm over here and notice she's still asleep in the same position. So I go over there, I nudge her, hey, time to go, wake up, time to go. No response, she's not moving. So, I'm nudging her. At this point, I'm thinking, she's playing, I'm thinking she's looking for attention maybe. Because it's like, literally like about 5 to 10 minutes ago, she was alert and all that. So, I nudge her, and then, she has her head down like this. So, I lift her up. Hold on. So, she got her head down. So, I pick her up like that to to actually wake her up to see if there's like any resistance or anything like that. So, and then she just goes back down, and I'm like, okay, something's not right. So I checked for a pulse. She has a pulse. She's breathing and all that. She's good. So at that point, I'm like, okay, well, maybe she's not playing. So that's when I hit this button and I called for help. The principal came. He was on the way. And yeah, at that point, that's when I really became worried. Like when she just went back down and she wasn't moving, she wasn't getting up, she wasn't speaking, she wasn't saying anything. That's when I got worried. So I called for help. I got a quick response. I love that whenever I have an emergency, they do respond very quickly. So the principal came down to the room. I let them know, hey, I have a student who's sleeping or passed out. I mean, I'm not sure if she's passed out or anything, but she's not moving, she's not waking up. So the principal comes into the room. He does a little check. He checks her eyes and all that, make sure she's I guess good or whatever. Then he says, call for the nurse. So the nurse comes down. At that point, I evacuate all right, so I told y'all this was at the switch of classes. So I have my next class, my 5th period class, is starting to come into the room. So they say, all right, we're just going to go into the hall. We're just going to go to this other classroom, while they get her situated and all that. We end up going to the gym. So the nurse comes, they do their thing in the room. We're across the hallway. Well, and at this, you know how kids are. They just want to see what's going on, see what's happening, you have a lot of onlookers and they just want to be around the scene. So, the custodian closes the door, they block the door, I close the door in the other classroom. Then at that point I get all kind of questions, what's going on? Is she okay? What happened? She's probably on drugs and she's this, she's that. But at that, I have a whole lot of questions coming at me, and then at the same time I'm worried about if she's okay or what's going on. Then they actually call for the ambulance. Actually, before I took the class to the gym, they said, okay, this is the girl who I think a couple weeks ago she had the same thing going on. So this isn't the first time she's done this in class. It's the first time it's happening in my class. I didn't know what to do, so I called for help. Now, in retrospect, I'm thinking, okay, I'm the health teacher. I'm supposed to know what's going on. I feel like everybody's looking at me, looking like I'm supposed to know what to do in all health situations. Because I am the health teacher, and I guess everybody thinks I'm a doctor. They think I'm a doctor. They think I'm a nurse. They think I know everything. That's how it feels, or coming from the students and all that. So now, while we're in the gym, the nurse comes into the gym. She talks to me because she has to make a report because she called the ambulance. She called 911. She's just getting what happened, and basically everything that I just told y'all, I told her, along with the time stamps or whatever. Told her 11 o'clock class started, did my lecture. She was still alert. Gave out the worksheet. She put her head down and whatever, and I nudged her, woke her up. She said her back hurt. We let her head back down, and the whole thing just now. So, after, I give her the report and everything, and I'm just asking her questions as a nurse. I asked her, was I supposed to do CPR and everything? I took her pulse, she had a pulse and everything, and she was breathing. Was I supposed to do CPR in that moment? I don't know. Me being the health teacher and teaching CPR and all that, I don't know, I guess the fight or flight response, and I guess I flew. I don't know, maybe that was a bad thing. But yeah, I'm feeling kind of bad about it. But yeah, the nurse said, no, you don't do CPR. You only do CPR when they're not breathing. So, I guess that was a good thing. And then just knowing that, I went to the next level above me. The principal didn't do CPR. The nurse didn't do CPR. They just called 911. So, I don't know, just looking back, like, what if I had done CPR? Would that have been the wrong thing to do? If was I supposed to put her onto the floor and begin CPR and all that? Like, I don't know. So I'm a little shaken up. So that's a little bit of what I'm dealing with right now. I just had to get that off of my chest and just, I don't know. But the girl is okay. They took her to the hospital. Good thing the hospital is right across the street. They called the girl's parents. But yeah, she's good. But that's the only report I have right now. So, yeah. I guess I'm just gonna sign off right here. Bye, guys. So like I said, they took the girl to the hospital. They called the ambulance. They took her to the hospital, and I'm just now seeing this, but I guess they had to give the girl oxygen, and I guess the hospital left the oxygen tank. I guess they had to give her oxygen. This one's almost out. Almost needs to be refilled. I don't know if they gave her all the oxygen, but yeah, scary situation. She was in this desk right here, this front desk. She was in this desk right here. Hey, what's up, everybody? So it's the end of the day. I just got home. You know, I'm out here taking Lady out, and I'm just still thinking about today and still processing everything. You know, I talked to a few teachers. I talked to the head coach, you know, the head football coach. He said I did the right thing, you know, and, you know, I'm just thinking, you know, I called for help. I didn't actually do chest compressions. And, you know, I don't know if I said it earlier, but I was thinking, you know, maybe I really should have done CPR. But you don't do that unless somebody's not breathing or if they don't have a pulse. Then you start your chest compressions and your breathing and all that. So I did the right thing, you know, hey, are you okay? And then, hey, go call for help, go get medical attention and all that. I did everything in that. So, I mean, that's first aid. That's the first part of, you know, CPR, you know, first part of first aid, CPR and all that. So, you know, I am starting to feel better about it. I did what I could do. I did what I could do. And then just even think about, you know, the principal didn't do CPR. The nurse didn't do CPR. They did the same thing. They called for the ambulance, and, you know, that's really all we could have done. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just still thinking about it, still a little bit shaken up, but I'm not really, I'm not, well, I guess I am a little bit still shaken up because I'm still thinking about it, but, yeah.